everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Play. I'm here with Nathan, and we're going to be throwing down some Company of Iron today. This is the new Skirmish Iron Kingdoms game. I'm not going to call it Warmachine because it isn't actually Warmachine. It has some really vital differences between Warmachine and this game that I'm not going to say dramatically change it, but they dramatically change how the game feels. But if you did learn to play this game, you could absolutely play Warmachine. Yeah. So it runs on the same core mechanics as Warmachine. A lot of the advantages you have on your stat cards do different things. Your unit composition construction is very different. The way models activate is very different. So I'd say if you come from Warmachine, you'll have a super easy time picking this up. But if you're moving into a new game, not having played Warmachine before, you'll also have a super easy time picking this up. And then later on, I think you'll have an easier time picking up Warmachine as you go forward. This is designed to be a game in a box, so I was lucky enough to be sent this advanced copy by Privateer Press, and it comes with two armies. We got the Cygnar and the Pharaoh Brigands. I actually gave the Pharaoh Brigands to Mike from Architect Studios. He's been painting them. They're on his live stream, so you can go check him out in his archive as well on Twitch. And I painted up the Cygnar. Nathan came down with his Legion, and so we have two examples here. I'm playing what's in the starter set, and Nathan from scratch just like opened his case and was like, let's try Company of Steel, and threw together a 20-point army for Company of Steel to give it a try. Key primary differences, because if you've played Warmachine before, which I'm assuming a lot of you guys watching have, I'm not going to go through tons of the core mechanics of the game, except to say things like you activate, you have a movement action, a combat action, you have all the same stuff that you have in Warmachine. I'm more going to overview changes, exactly. I'm going to talk about how it's different, not necessarily how it's exactly the same. You probably are going to have a simple time sort of like watching this and picking it up. Now, with this box right here, you could easily play with just what comes in the box. You could easily buy a box set and play with it because you only need 20 points to go. The big sort of like key dramatic differences are, it's an integrated game turn, which I love. So instead of I go with all my models, you go with all your models. We go back and forth. One player has priority, and we go back and forth each turn, activating our models back and forth. So the flow of the game is very fluid because it's move, counter move. You're responding to each other. There's no jumping on a unit all at once and just wiping them out. There's a slow sort of like dance as models go and do things. A lot of the missions in the game, because there's 6 missions in the core rulebook, they're scenario driven. So for instance, we're going to play the Lost Patrol. It's mission number 1, and you'll see us play through all 6 of these missions over time. Lost Patrol is about trying to retrieve an objective. There's an attacker and a defender, so it's an asymmetrical mission. One guy's trying to stop the other guy from doing something. It's not we're both competing to a certain score like in a standard sort of like steamroller mission. And there's also some key changes on how special rules work. Like for instance, ambushing and advanced deploy. Every mission will outline how many guys can do that versus whole units doing it in a standard game. So lots of things to consider. This will be on the shelves pretty soon, so you guys can check it out. And also there's going to be a big sort of like compatibility list online for what's called your requisition cost for units. So not every unit's created equal, and the game recognizes that because you have what's called a command hand, and your command hand has 2 parts. There's strategies. You can play 1 per turn, and your unit leader basically calls a play, like in football, like this is the play for this turn, and everybody in command range can get some kind of a benefit. And you can also spend them for other things like rerolls, rolling an extra die and discarding, boosts, all that usual stuff that you have in Warmachine. And that command hand is used as a way of balancing out more powerful things. So your requisition cost of your guys. Now, luckily, everything in my box was requisition 0. I'm actually not sure what yours is, but we're going to assume it was requisition 0 because we don't really know.
Is there a list?
There's no list yet. It's not online yet because we're doing this before it's actually come out.
I may be a filthy cheater.
Well, we're going to balance it out actually because you're going to play down a point, which we'll talk about later on, because it's hard to get it to exactly 20 or 25 points sometimes. And again, that's used as a balancing factor. So you have a hand of 5 of these cards, and your requisition cost comes out of your hand size each turn. Yeah. So if you have a very powerful model in your army, like for instance, I believe if you take Warjacks and Warbeasts, most of them have a requisition cost, and that's going to reduce the size of your command hand. There are rules for Warjacks and Warbeasts in this, and they're in what's called the Advanced Rulebook. So there's a core mission book, right here, the core rules, and this handles things like solos and units. Then there's the advanced rules, and the advanced rules will handle things like war beasts and warjacks, because you can't take anything with focus for fury manipulation, which is cool, but you can gain what are called commander advantages that will allow you to do that later on. And that's a hand of cards too. So it's really neat. There's a lot of building stuff. There's also a separate scenario guide that gives you your 6 missions and stuff too. It's played a little bit more scenery than you're probably used to, but let's stop talking and actually dive into it. I'm going to show you some of this stuff, well, a lot of this stuff we haven't talked about yet, such as the commander cards and the force composition, and then we'll dive into our first game, the Lost Patrol. So here we are, set up for some Company of Iron again, 12 by 12 box. You can see an unboxing video of this on my channel, as well as I talked about it briefly in a recent On the Paint table. Your box contents are 2 armies. So you're going to get the Signarans and the Minions. So the Signarans, you can see them painted up right here. It's a full unit of Stormblades with Gwen Keller. She only comes in this box. Cool new solo for Signar. The Minions, you get a 10-man Pharaoh Brigand box in the same plastic, and you get Agatha, Queen of Carnage, with their 2 fighty little stabby guys. And then on top of that, of course, you're gonna get all your accessories. So I've already kind of organized them all. You get your knockdown/injured tokens, which are for game states, because guys don't just instantly die in this. They make a damage roll if they get boxed, and depending upon the damage, they can be removed, they can be injured, which means they're lying down injured, or just KD'd. You have scenario markers. So for every scenario, they start flipped, and you don't know what they are. They could be secret. And what'll happen is your opponent could place them. So for instance, in Lost Patrol, which we're about to play, Nathan's going to place, or whoever the defender is going to place 3 of these markers on the table, and they have to be interacted with. You interact by forfeiting a movement or combat action next to them, and you flip them to see what they are. So at the start of the game, we're going to roll D3. It'll be number 2 we're looking for, and we're not necessarily going to know what number 2 is, and we have to go try and interact with all of them to find them. Again, that's because of that. That's one of the reasons why things like ambush burrowing and advanced deploy are limited, because you could just go push all the buttons really fast with those if that was the case. And then you have your activated, non-activated models. And so you can see they're different colors for each player, so like black and white. And when a model's activated, you throw an activated marker next to it so that your opponent can visually tell which models haven't gone yet during the combined game turn. You also, for other scenarios, you get objectives. They're standard 50 mil objectives. Here's a cool looking stockpile. And when they need to be differentiated, you have A and B markers for them as well, flipped over. You have black and white flag, which is a 40 mil flag. So what's cool is if you wanted to go on and learn to play Warmachine, part of your steamroller kit is already here. You have flags and objectives. You also get a wall template for standard walls, and this is an entrance, a cave entrance, which is actually an objective in some of the missions. 6 command cards, and these are interesting. We're going to talk about these more during the talk about how you build your army. And then, of course, over here you get your deck of, command cards. These are your commander upgrades, rather. Yeah, commander upgrades, and then these are the command cards. And your command cards are where you get your hand of stuff from for bonuses. So, for instance, you have tactics. That's the top part, tactical repositioning. You get to play one of these at the start of each of your turn. Choose a friendly model in your commander's command range. That model can immediately make a full advance, and that would be calling a play. Or you can spend them out of your hand for something like a boost. Play this card to boost an attack or damage roll. So having a full hand of 5 can be handy, because it's almost giving you that like manipulation of things like focus or forcing in regular Warmachine, where you've got this hand of cards that you can use to gain a slight advantage during the turn. Here are your unique models too. So here's Gwen Keller, Storm Knight solo. She's got a pretty healthy set of stats. Mat 7, Rat 6, no kill me stats there. Def 13, Armor 16, but she's also force barriered for +2 def against range attacks and doesn't take blast damage. She has quick work, and her Storm Grenade, which is this little duty right here, 6-inch range, AoE 3, POW 13, can choose different effects. So it can Galvanic Blast, which stays on the table and does POW 10 electrical damage rolls if you enter it. Kinetic Grip, -2 speed by anyone hit for it. And Voltaic Vortex on direct hit against an enemy model before rolling damage. Push models 2 inches from that model, 2 inches directly towards it in any order you choose. So she sucks guys together into one spot. She's a normal sort of like Sword Knight stats, or not Sword Knights, Stormblade stats too, where she has a Glaive Bolt and her Storm Glaive with a 1-inch reach. For unit composition, it's basically a Highlander format, but you can't use anything with fury and focus manipulation. So I've chosen a solo, who's 4 points, which is Gwen. And then I have my Stormblades, which are another 16 points for the unit. So I have a 6-man unit of Stormblades with a leader. So here's the 5 Stormblades and the unit leader. And that's 10. And then we're going to add another 3 Storm Gunners for 2 points each. Now, the only time you can take multiples of something is if a card allows you to take multiples on the same card, such as with weapon attachments. So, for instance, you can do the same thing with like the Trencher weapon attachment, the Rocket Corps or the Rocketeers for Winter Guard, stuff like that, where you can have multiples in the same card. Other than that, you can only ever have one of anything. It's pretty hard to not just have one of anything, but it means that you're not taking huge duplications and stuff like that. So it makes these units that have attachments a little bit more interesting, like things like Sea Dogs with their Riflemen. Again, the Winter Guard. I think Assault Commandos get an attachment now too.
I'm not sure.
Maybe. Well, it might not be released yet, yeah. But even like your officers and standards and stuff, things where you've got like a mixed unit of dudes, where some shoot, some fight, they become a lot more interesting because they're very useful in this game because they give your force a little bit more flexibility. So now my 20 points is picked. I get to take a commander upgrade. And this is actually something where you don't actually take it beforehand because it can affect the game. So if I wanted Gwen, for instance, to be able to take a Warjack, she could take the Warjack controller upgrade. She gets +1 command. In addition to your commander, you can choose another friendly warrior model to gain the Jack Marshall advantage. And both models gain repair D3. So I'd have 2 Jack Marshals in the army. They'd both have repair D3. Once each round, you can discard a command card to reroll any roll related to a friendly Warjack. So you can drop cards for that. And your commander always gets 5 additional damage boxes. So Gwen's going to get 10 boxes if I take that one. And actually, as I expand this force, the first thing I'm actually going to do is paint up, because I have a few odds and ends for Signal lying around. That's what's cool about this box. It's going to let me to paint them. Is I'm going to paint up an Arcane Tempest Gunmage captain, who's 5 more points. I'll take it to 25. And then I'm probably going to drop Gwen and 2 Stormlances and add a Sentinel in. Because an Arm 18 Lightjack with a machine gun sounds pretty cool to me. And I can maybe take the Warjack controller on the Gunmage, and that's going to give me 25 with a Warjack too. So I think those are the 2 things I'll do to expand this as I go forward and play more games and play through the 6 scenarios. So you'll see me paint those in the future. But for this game, I'm taking Mission Specialist. Mission Specialist gives me +3 commands to become command 11. I get +1 to starting rolls and priority rolls when rolling for scenario signs, and once per game you can choose a model in your commander's command range. The chosen model can perform a mission action during its next activation without forfeiting anything, which could be super handy in this game. Alternatively, if the scenario grants you no mission cards, roll once each round. You can discard any command card to reroll an attack or damage roll made by a friendly model in your commander's command range. And then I, of course, get the 5 additional boxes. There's other options too. Master Strategist. Once per round, when you have priority, you can discard a command card and draw a new one if you don't like what you have. Warbeast Handler. It's the Warbeast version of the Warjack controller. Frontline Officer. You gain unyielding and +1 command. And once each round, you can discard a command card to just boost an attack or damage roll. So you just get boosts for free from any cards. And then the one that is being taken by the Legion, Guerrilla Fighters. +1 command and camouflage. Get +2 def when you're benefiting from concealment or cover. You'll be like def 22 on your Deathstalker. It's going to be bananas to shoot you.
Stealth as well.
That's right, and stealth. Once per game, after filling your hand at the beginning of a round, you can draw 1 additional card to add to your hands. And when setting up your models at the beginning of a scenario, you can exceed the scenario's limit of ambition to advance deploy by 1. So very fitting for your Deathstalker and your Bloodedness. So that's kind of the key stuff to list building. So you've seen my list. Again, this full Stormblades and Gwen. We've got over here for the Bloodedness, a Deathstalker.
Swordmaster, Blade Master, Shepherd, and a squad of Strider Scouts.
And there you go. So that's your 20 points. It's actually 19 points, isn't it? Because you didn't take 2 Shepherds. Now what's cool about that...
I don't know if I'd be able to, because the Highlander... Right?
Oh, that's right. You wouldn't be able to take 2 Shepherds. That's right. It's only a single solo.
Harder, but they're useless.
Yep. And she could actually lead your army if you wanted to, which is pretty cool. Or if you took the Warbeast Handler, she could actually be a Beast Handler too, and you could give her a Shredder or something like that, which would be adorable. So now what's cool about that is, because he's got 19 points to my 20, he's going to get not only the extra card from Guerrilla Fighter, so he'll have 6 cards in his hand, he also gets to draw an additional 7th card and then discard any 1 card he doesn't like because he's at the disadvantage of points. So again, the command hands are used as a balancing factor for this, and it kind of acknowledges the fact that the game's not perfectly granular. You're not always going to do exactly 20 or exactly 25. Let's talk core rules. As it does use the core mechanics of Warmachine, pretty much everything you've seen in a regular game Warmachine is going to apply. So attack rolls, range attack rolls, it's all going to be exactly the same. So if you guys have never played Warmachine, the basic premise of Warmachine are, it's a 2d6 system, adding a stat versus defense. So if my Stormblade here wanted to let's say, swing on this guy, he would roll 2 dice and add his mat of 7 versus the defense of that Nis, which is 15. So I need a hard roll an 8 here. So this would be one of those scenarios where I'm probably going to try and add dice from my cards from my hand to boost it. but I didn't get the 8, I missed. Now, vice versa, let's say I'm standing back here. If you wanted to shoot me, you'd use your other stat, which is your rat, which I believe is 7. 6 to try and hit my 13, which is a 7, so you do. And do they have the sniper rule?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They get no special
So then they're trying to use the power of their attack versus my armor. So my armor's 16, and you're trying to beat it with power 10.
Yes.
So 6 or less, no damage, and no damage goes to 0. Now let's say he had rolled a 7. He'd do 1 point of damage. So if he was hitting something with more than 1 hit point, like Gwen, we would subtract a hit point from her. But a 1 hit point guy, which most of my troopers are, and this is where the game starts to differ, we'll make an injury roll. This is where the game becomes unique. You make a casualty roll. You roll a d6. On a 1 or a 2, I'm dead. And I actually make the casualty roll. I rolled a 1 or 2, so I'd be dead. Now on a 3, 4, I actually heal a damage point, but I become injured, which means I'm knocked down, and I'm actually harder to target. Once I'm injured, I can no longer be targeted by ranged attacks unless I'm within half an inch of me, and I count as being in cover. And every time I try and activate him, if he hasn't activated yet, I actually make a casualty roll again for him to see what happens. Now I'd actually bleed out and die when I go to activate him. But if I rolled a 5, 6, I heal an injury point and I become knocked down. If you guys have ever played games like Mordheim or Necromunda, this is a very familiar system for making 1 hit point guys a little more robust and slowing the game down a bit so that things can progress and it's not so, like I said, you jump on one guy and he dies like it could be in a standard game of Warmachine. Now, there are certain rules that will interact with this, but the first thing everyone thought is, well, what about steady? Do you just not die? Well, steady only applies to the knockdown result on a casualty roll. So if you make your 5, 6 roll for your thing, and the same with tough actually just adds +1 to your roll. So on a 4, 5, 6, you'd stay up. You gain certain abilities that are not the same as in Warmachine from the injury roll. So they don't think that the rules in Warmachine are going to directly apply to the casualty roll. There will be a difference, and you'll have to check how it interacts in the game. Everyone gets a single movement action, a single combat action, just like in Warmachine. All line of sight rolls are exactly the same. All the concealment and cover rolls are exactly the same. So I would get from this cover from within an inch of it. So I get +4 to my defense if this guy was trying to shoot me from over here. Concealment would be something soft like the woods over here, +2 defense. You have stealth, meaning I can't attack you from within 5 inches with a range attack, or sorry, outside of 5 inches with a range attack. Inside of 5 inches I can. All those rules work for the most part exactly the same. The thing really worth talking about before we get started is unit leaders. Your units in this game operate identically to how they do in Warmachine. You have a command range in your unit leader. Everybody inside command is considered to be in command range and in coherency, so that your cards from Warmachine can identify and basically work the same. The only thing that's really different is the timing. So for instance, anything that is an order can be done as long as that person starts their activation in command range of the guy that gives the order. So if you have order, for instance, shield wall, if that guy ends his activation in base to base, he gains the shield wall. If you have order for, I don't know, assault or something like that, as long as he starts in command range, he gets to do the assault. Reposition, you don't wait until the whole unit's gone. Each guy would reposition at the end of their individual activation. So timing is really the only thing that changes on your unit coherency, and everything does operate still as a unit, but you feel free to activate them individually, and you can walk away from each other. There's no penalty for being out of coherency. 2 other small differences I actually didn't mention. You can only target a knockdown model in melee automatically within half an inch, and you automatically hit it if you're within half an inch. Reach, don't automatically hit it. You have to be within half inch to automatically hit it. And the range combat is actually different than in Warmachine. When you're knocked down in this game, you actually gain cover and your defense is not reduced. So you actually are harder to hit knocked down and don't block line of sight than in a regular game Warmachine. There's also a long range penalty. Any shots from outside of 8 are -2 to hit. So let's talk about tables. This is played on a smaller table than normal, normally 4x4 for Warmachine. It's actually supposed to be played on a 30x30. Now that's kind of a non-standard mat size. We're playing it on 36x36, and we're just gonna have an invisible 3-inch border and everything. So we're gonna add 3 to all deployment ranges, scenario ranges and stuff like that. So instead of deploying, let's say within 2 of an edge, it'll be 5 of an edge, 7 of an edge, 10 of an edge. So we're gonna start the same distance away as it's outlined in the game. Anyone who touches the 3-inch border is at the board edge on this mat. So basically it's just aesthetically 36 inches, but it's played on a 30x30 inch surface. It's also played with more scenario, or more scenery rather than a standard game of Warmachine. 8 pieces recommended, and none can be within a certain range of the edge. They have to be all 2 inches from each other. And it has a good mix to aesthetically make the board pleasing and provide a tactical gameplay experience. So we've got some woods, some water. There's lots of rules for terrain in the book. Some barriers that'll cause cover, a hill with a concealment tree, concealment trees, towers, and some walls. That all done, let's set up our first game. Now, normally there's a scenario table. We're just going to play through them in order. It also gives you your size of terrain features. They're soon to be about 5 by 5. And there's an outline for all the scenario stuff at the back of the book. Lost Patrol is our first one. It has an advanced deploy of attacker 0, defender 1, so you can have one advanced deploy model, and an ambush limit of 0 and 1. And this is the one where we're going to have roll off for attacker and defender. I get +1 to my roll to see who gets to decide because of Gwen's mission specialist. And then it will set up the patrollees to try and find them. So I get a 7, which is hard to beat. So I get to choose attacker and defender. I'm going to attack. Actually, I think it's going to be fun to make you defend. And that means you get your 3 objective markers. Now, in this one, there's a lost patrol here, and the remains have vital intelligence on them. We've been sent to try and find them, and that means that we have the 3 markers that we're going to try and scout. So the attacker's force have been dispatched to locate a lost patrol that's been attempting to return with valuable information when it was ambushed. The defender must fight to the end to hold their ground and keep their prize for themselves. So then the bloodedness have ambushed a Signarn patrol. Set up in this scenario, one player is the attacker and the defender. I've determined I'm the attacker. After train's placement before the game begins, both players roll a die, rerolling any ties. We've done that already. And the attacker begins the game with priority, so we don't roll for priority during the first turn. The defender then chooses a table edge for deployment and must place the mission markers numbered 1, 2, and 3 on the table with the numbered side face down. The mission markers may be placed anywhere at least 7 inches from the defender's table edge and at least 8 inches apart. So they will be 10 inches in this case from your table edge because of the size of the table. And you go ahead and do that now. You get 3 markers. They have to be face down. The 3 markers are down. 1, 2, 3. And then we will both deploy. Now the defender deploys first, and they deploy 7 inches from their edge. In this case, it'll be 10 inches from their edge because we're playing on a 36-inch mat. And then after they're all deployed, I will deploy within 2 or 5 inches of my table edge. Now the game lasts 5 turns until I'm wiped out, in which case you win, or until the game goes 5 turns and I haven't found my my objective marker. But as soon as I get within range of one of these objectives, which is in contact, and then forfeit an action, and I find the number we roll, then that's the one I'm trying to find. I win the game immediately. So you have a 2 advanced deploy limit, and advanced deploying this is an extra 3 inches off your battle line. So your Death Stalker, who is your general, your commander rather, and this one Nis have gone up an extra 3 inches to 13. The rest of the Nis are all hiding in concealment. Not that they don't have stealth anyway. And over here, where's your unit leader?
This guy here.
Okay, his unit leader was for a second because he wants guys to be in formation probably if he has any special rules that require it. Although you don't have to be in formation to act. It's not like Warmachine where you have to move back into formation. And then where's your Shepherd?
She's here behind.
She's over there hiding, and the Warlord's over there too, in the middle in the woods. Now, I'm deployed. I've got Gwen in the middle here with her 11-inch command right now because of her commander bonus for mission specialist. 2 Storm Gunners, Stormblade, Stormblade Sergeant, Stormblade, Stormblade, Gunner, Stormblade, Stormblade, and we're deployed. Now I have priority on turn 1. I have all my activation markers here, so I'll be able to mark who's activated and who's not activated. But before we start, I have to roll D3 to see what number it is that I'm looking for. Number 3. So wherever number 3 is, if I flip it, I win the game. Still got our command hands. So here's my command stuff. I've got this, and it's worth that. This guy in here. This guy in here. These are both also boosts, and I can take these. I have priority on turn 1. I'm going to get to choose what I want to do. I don't think... Oh, geez, and it's model/unit, so it only have to be guys in range. I'm actually not going to take a tactic this turn, though, for the start of it. I'm just going to keep my cards as they are and take the first activation. I'm going to activate the Stormblade, and he's going to take a run, and he runs 5. So he can move up 10. So 8. And he doesn't have to be in formation to do it, because run is not an order in this. It's just an action that models can do. And he'll be done. You?
Yeah, Warlord's gonna go. He's gonna run. He can run up to 12. He's going through rough terrain, so essentially 6. And he's just gonna.
Just wants to bop out and go around.
Yeah, no, he's just gonna bob up to there. It's
okay.
Fine.
Remember towing it. You don't get any stuff, but you are in.
Oh.
Because yeah, there's no towing anymore. You have to be fully within to gain the bonus of concealment or cover.
Okay.
So you have to be all the way in. That's fine. Yep.
Yep.
Your intensity's in.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna run with this Stormblade as well. He's gonna run 10. Head to cover. Who's next?
I think my leader's gonna go.
Oh, here comes the Death Stalker.
Yeah.
He is a super Swift Slayer Striker dude.
Yep, Pathfinder, speed 7.
Likes to kill.
Yeah, so she's gonna walk
over
up
there.
to there.
Okay.
Fire forward with that.
Take a shot.
Yep, I am going to, so I can discard these to get their effects on the bottom.
You can, that's right.
Okay, so I'll discard for a boost.
Okay, so you're boosting it.
Yep.
So you're normally rat 7.
Yeah.
I'm
rat 8.
Rat 8, sorry. I'm defense 12, goes to 16. So you're trying to roll a boosted 8 here because you've gotten a card for an extra dice.
No.
You only get a 6. Now, do you have any other boosts you could use? Such as perhaps a reroll. No rerolls in your hand, all right, so it's just gonna miss. And he's okay, so that was your movement action, your combat action. I believe you're done.
Yeah.
Well, then we're gonna go with another Stormblade, and he's gonna run 10. So he's gonna go, just up to here. This guy's gonna go.
Yeah, this guy is speed 7.
With Pathfinder, so you just get to another rough ground.
Yep.
Can walk up.
Yep. He's gonna take a shot at you.
Who's gonna shoot?
With an 8.
You're with an 8, so no -2 for range.
Yep.
But I am def 16 because I'm in cover. 10, you're gonna buy another boost.
Yeah,
Throwing down another boost.
Additional die.
Additional die, okay.
All right.
Which you could combine with a boost even.
Yeah.
If you want to for 4 dice, because it's additional die. So you hit me. I'm armor 15. What is your strength?
Pow 10.
Pow 10. For 5s. No! Snakes, he lives. And in the Stormblades, we run up another one.
This is what happens when you don't play them for 3 months.
That's right, they get mad. There's salt. There's so much salt right now. The Niss are mad at you. So he'll run up 2.
Here's gonna go.
Jump the obstacle.
6, 7, so he's kind of right.
Pathfinder's just walking over it.
Yeah. He's gonna take a shot at you.
Looks good. You're within 8.
No, I am within range, but I'm gonna take the -2.
I know you're within 8. This is an 8-inch gauge.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Oh, are you? Oh, yeah, you are. Okay, cool. So you -2. I'm only def 12.
I'm at 4, so I need 8s.
No. Stormblade's gonna go. We're gonna go 8 and then 2 and run over here. He's finished.
Yeah, this guy here is gonna go. He goes 6, 7. So let's see. So he kind of makes it to there.
Had to cover, yep.
Yeah.
You shoot me?
Yeah, we're gonna get this.
All right, you're within 8 now.
8,
All right, so you're on 6, which means you need 6 to hit. Cranks him. Strength 10, so you need 6s to damage. Right. Does it? All right, so now I have to make an injury roll. So on a 1 or 2, I'm destroyed. On a 3, 4, I'm injured. On a 5, 6, I'm knocked down. I'm injured. This time he activates, he'll have to make another casualty roll. All right, back over to me, and you are still all stealthed. So let's run up this Storm Gunner, and he's gonna go whoop to here. Gonna go.
And she's gonna run into
Go
cover.
stand on the button.
Yeah, go stand.
Howl it, yeah, just yell at me. Up with this Storm Gunner, we're gonna run 10. So to here. Not quite make it to cover, but close. Up with the other hunter. Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna walk up. He's
Pathfinder over it.
Yeah, boom. He's gonna take a shot, so he's outside of 8, inside of 10.
Okay, so you'd be -2.
So I need 8s.
Cranks it, and then 6 to damage. Storm Gunner's gonna make a casualty roll. 5, 6, he's just knocked down. Nope, he's injured, hurting. I could, no. Other Storm Gunner, oh, you know what? No, the Sarge is gonna go. The Sarge is gonna run, so he's gonna run 8, and then an inch to move into this and gain some concealment. And then this.
Yeah, he's gonna go. He should just kind of go to there, and then he's gonna try and cank off a shot at this guy.
Okay, over 8, inside 10. So you're hitting it -2, so that won't hit. My last Storm Gunner is gonna go. We're gonna run 8 and then 2 more. Head up next to his friend. Head up to base actually, because you get +1 to your recovery, your injury rolls if you have a friend in base to base. Try and help you from bleeding out. Completely forgot about it until just now.
He's gonna go there. So he's 6, 7. Get speed 7, Pathfinder. Get
Looks
over
good.
all that stuff.
Okay.
Get there. He's gonna try and crank off a shot. Still outside of 8. 6 does not do it.
Nope. Gwen's gonna go, and she's gonna run, and actually head 10. And go stand in base to base with him. Now it looks like turn 1. And so we're on to turn 2. We remove all of our activated markers. The injury markers stay on here. Now, you only ever get +1 for someone being in base to base with an injured model, and they have to already be injured. If you're already in base to base when you make the damage roll, it doesn't matter. It's if they're injured already that they get the bonus to their injury roll to recover. All right, so I am done. I have not discarded any cards or drawn any. How many do you have in your hand right now?
3.
3, so you get to draw 3 and discard 1 because you're still down points.
Yep.
All right, so it's priority roll time. I get +1 on my roll because of my Guerrilla tactics. Or my mission specialist. I get a 5. So I'm gonna choose to activate first, and I have to play a tactic first. I'm gonna play, let's do, no, not this one. I just had it. I was just looking at it, but it's on the bottom. Rapid reload. Choose a friendly model for the rest of the round. Chosen models. Sorry, model/unit. I'm going to choose a model, though. Friendly models can make one additional range attack during activations in which they aim. I'm going to do it to... I have to do it during activations in which I aim. I'm going to do it to... this little fella. Model/unit. So the unit, as long as they're in coherency, will get this. So it's going to be on the Stormblades. To play one?
Yeah, dead to rights. So friendly models in your commander's command range gain trained fire for the rest of the turn. A model with trained fire gains an additional die and range attack rolls against models within 8 inches of it.
Nice! So if you're in short range, you just get it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to start with Gwen. And she's going to move 5.
Yeah.
So she's going to move up to here. Be inside stealth range. I'm inside stealth, and I'm in cover of shooting or throwing a grenade into this NIS. I'm going to choose Kinetic Grip. No, sorry, Voltaic Vortex. On a direct hit against an enemy model before rolling damage, push models 2 inches, within 2 inches directly towards them in any order I choose. So I can suck them into the AoE, basically. So what's the def on this NIS Hunter? Or sorry,
15.
It's 15. So I am going to buy a boost. I'm going to buy this boost right here to get an additional attack die. I'm at 6, so you're on a 15. I need a 9 on 3 dice. Let's do it. Oh, it's an 8, so I'm going to reroll. Spending a reroll card. Play this dice to reroll any roll. And I need that 9. I got it with a 10. So models in 2 inches get pulled directly towards her. So pulled in, and it's a 3-inch AoE, so it's going to hit all of them. POW 13, so you're going to make an injury roll on the center guy.
Yep.
He is 5'6", just knocked down. It's going to be POW 7s on each of them, and their armor 11. So it's 5 to do an injury roll. So on this one, yep, injury roll, just knocked down. And the last one, an injury roll as well, just injured. Finishes Gwen, so she's done. Strategy and activates.
Yep, she's going to move so that she's... At 8.
At 8, yep.
Yep.
So you get your... Oh, no, who gets the tactic? It's dead to rights. It's a unit?
Friendly models in your commander's command range.
Okay, so he is in his own command range. Rat 8, def 16. You're within the 8. Let's see what you got. Dead to rights. Going for it.
No, we're going to boost because I need this.
Okay. See if you hit him.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, sniper, point of damage.
Okay. Doesn't need to roll against my armor because he has a sniper rule, but I do make it a casualty roll. And I'm dead. Swift Hunter, because you did destroy my model, so that means that you get to move. Because you have Snapfire, you get to shoot again.
Yes, I'm gonna kind of just come back here. Just
Okay.
keep the 8.
And shoot that guy.
Yeah.
Gets him.
Boom, sniper.
Why is it boosted?
Because he's still within his 8 inches, dead to rights.
Oh, right, yeah, because it's free boosted because of dead to rights.
Yeah.
Sniper, making a casualty roll. He's just knocked down. All right, it's back over to me. Let's do... I'm gonna say... my Stormblade over here. Let's do this Stormblade, actually, the gunner. So this little fella's going to charge 9, and he's going to engage, well, he's going to charge and engage, I guess, all 3 of these guys, because he might as well. And make his charge attack against this knockdown fella. Make a casualty roll, see what happens, because I auto hit you because you're knocked down. And he's fine, just stays knocked down.
He's going to go. He's gonna kind of
move up.
Yeah, 7 in Pathfinder, so he's good. So.
Walk over there.
Kind of over there.
Stay in command.
Yeah, stay in command of that. Stay at max of 8 there.
Who's he gonna shoot?
I'm gonna shoot that guy right there.
The down one?
Yep.
Okay, so he's defense 16 because he's in cover because he's injured.
Yep. I thought that was only if you're knocked down.
No, you're automatically knocked down when you're injured too.
Oh.
Yeah, injured guys are also knocked down.
Oh, okay. So
they just can't activate. Got him.
Boom.
And it's sniper.
Nope.
So 6. Does it? I'm still injured. All right, let's activate. And he's been activated now?
Yes.
Okay. Let's activate an injured guy. He gets +1 to his roll now because his friend is nearby. So he rolls a 4, stays injured, and he's done. Cool. Going to the next hunter, moving forward.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot that guy.
Looks good.
Yeah, he's not in cover. I'm within 8.
You got it.
Yep. Boom.
Hit him. I need a 6 damage.
Yep. Boom.
And another recovery roll. Casualty roll. Nope, he stays injured. Let's activate the Sarge. No, let's not activate the Sarge yet. Let's activate this little fellow. He's going to just forfeit his combat action and walk. He's going to walk over here, be in cover.
8.
Yeah. Go with an 8.
Here we go. I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah, boosted from your tactic, but I'm defense 16 in cover. 8 plus 6 is only 14. Misses. 10 plus 6 is 16. Yeah, that is hit actually. Sorry. Can't do math. Doesn't damage them. There you go with this little guy. He's just going to run. 10.
Is he gonna take
What's up, nerd? He's going to try and hit me. Def 12.
Mat 5.
Yeah, 7s.
No.
She's done. I'm going to run with this Stormblade, and we're going to go whoop up to here. And go talk to these guys.
He's gonna go.
Gonna try and forfeit your
movement.
Okay, stand up.
Yep. And then he's gonna try and stab the guy in front of him.
Def 12.
Mat 5.
Hits.
Boom.
Arm 15.
Pow 9.
Does it? Injury roll? No, I'm dead. Just kills him. Stabbed him in the face. Yeah. Let's activate him. Make an injury roll. He gets a 3, stays injured. This.
He's gonna go. He's gonna forfeit his action.
Okay.
And then he's gonna walk his 7. He's gonna try and get back over here, defend the button, whatever it may do. Whatever it may do.
All right. Let's activate this Storm Gunner. Didn't get guys to come close enough so I could aim, so we're just gonna leap to the other side over here, I think. Where's 5? Just 5 at the boxes? Yeah, 5's at the boxes. So we're just gonna walk to the boxes like that.
Take a shot.
And take a shot into him.
Yep.
5, saying a 10. I'm gonna burn another boost. You can get a 10. Crank it with an 11.
Boom.
Damage 12. So just
injury roll.
Make yourself injury roll. Just fine. Just knocked down. Oh my god. Just unable to seal the deal. So he's done. But anyone's gonna auto hit him from now on for the rest of the turn. Injury roll for the down guy. He's gonna activate. Stays injured.
This goes to 5 because he has model base contact.
That guy's knocked down, so he's not actually.
Okay.
I should explain. You have to be battle ready in order to add to the +1, and battle ready is in a state where you're not knocked down.
Okay.
Sarge is gonna go. He's gonna charge your Death Stalker, because why not? So it's gonna cost him 2 to get out, and then he's got another 6, basically. So sorry, 2 to get out would be 4. He charges 8. So then he goes another 4 from the edge, which is well within his 2-inch reach.
Yep.
Gonna boost it. I'm melee good. So melee 7, Mat 7, Def
15.
15. Looking for 3 dice. Oh yeah. Pow 15. What's your armor?
Dice +4.
Dice +4. I like it. Boosted for the charge.
Yep. That commander here.
And make an injury roll for your commander. Just die. No, he's injured though. He's almost down. Not even when your commander goes down, you can't play tactics cards anymore.
Can you discard for the rerolls and stuff?
You can discard for the rerolls, but you can't play tactics. Finished, and you've got your little king.
Yeah, I'd say he ends up losing 2 inches going through the forest, right?
He'd lose 4 because it's 2 inches to totally clear it. You're 2 to the edge, and then
2 for the back of the
2
base.
to the back of the base. Yeah.
No
charges, unfortunately, but he can walk. And he's not Gut Strider, so he's not gonna be able to
run. So
go through. No Pathfinder.
No.
Just gonna run.
Yeah, he's essentially gonna just get up to there. Say, come at me, nerds.
Turn 3, so all this comes off. The turn 3 here, you've chosen to draw your additional card once per game from your commander upgrade. To get 7 cards, discarding down to 6. I've drawn back up to 5. And we're gonna roll, I get +1 kill, because Gwen's still alive. And I get a 6. So I'm going first for the round. I'm gonna play a tactic. Gwen's gonna play Don't Quit on Me, +1 to casualty rolls for the rest of the round if they're in her command range. And she has an 11-inch command, so that's pretty good. Get knocked down on a 4+. And then I think, is she gonna go? No, I think this Stormblade's gonna go. Oh, sorry, you're gonna do on the double?
On the double.
What's that do?
+2 movement while in my commander's
+2 movement, holy moly, all right. Yeah, I think, how do I wanna do this? We're actually gonna go with the leader, and he is going to charge this fella. So I charge 8, I'm gonna charge so I stay at a melee range. And I'm gonna head this way, like here. Let me pivot to face. I am going to discard a card for a boost. No, I don't have any. Don't. 14, I need a 7. Oh, gonna have to spend for a reroll. Discard 1 for a reroll. Still need that 7. Come on, buddy. Yeah, we get it. It's 15 plus boosted.
2.
6.
Yep.
That's enough.
Down him.
And casualty roll. He's just knocked down. He's all done.
Now the shake effect, Warlord's gonna go. He's gonna forfeit his movement to stand up.
Sounds good.
He's going to
just stab me.
Yeah. What's your defense?
Def 12.
Def 12. Mat 8.
Okay.
Hits.
Hits. So 14. Sorry, 13.
So dice -3. I'm Weapon Master.
That'll do it.
And decapitation, so it doubles, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter this case. Yep. So I'm gonna make my recovery roll. I get +1 because I'm within range of Gwen.
Yep.
So that's a 4, which just puts me at injured. I'm gonna play Give It All You Got. Recover. Play this card. You make a casualty roll. Change the result to a 6. So he's just knocked down. He has a special rule where he ignores tough, but I'm not tough. And you have Grievous too.
No,
you don't have Grievous? Okay, because Grievous is a -1 to the injury roll, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter if I'm setting the roll to a 6 anyway after I roll.
Yeah.
And it's back over to me. Let's activate this gunner. He's going to aim and shoot your warlord because I'm knocked down, so you're not engaged.
Yep, def 16.
Yes. I'm going to be plus 2 inches of range. You're within 5. Let's see if I hit you. Whoops, 2 dice. 8 plus 7 is 16. No, 8 plus 7 is 15, so I'm going to miss. It's just going to be done. Back over to you. Shepard's going to go. Try and stab me.
Yeah. She's going up. She's going to get an additional die.
Okay.
Mat 5.
It's going to hit.
Yep.
Pow.
9.
9, really?
Maybe 6.
I think she's 6. 9 minus 6. Additional lot of damage. Oh, the roll. I get +1. 3, so I'm just injured. All right. Well, that wasn't great, but let's try and do some other stuff. So we are going to activate Gwen. She's going to move. So she's going to go and move 5 and walk around to here.
Yep. Gonna try and stab my guy?
No, she's going to throw a grenade. She's going to stay outside so she can throw a grenade at him.
All right.
Going to do the grenade into him.
Yep.
I need a 9. So do I hit? I do. So all models in 2-inch, including mine, get pulled into the AoE first. They all get pulled into base to base with him.
Yep.
Boom. And then everybody takes a damage roll. It's -1 damage dice against him, though, because he's got immunity to electricity. Special target, just make a damage roll. It's POW 13.
Yep.
He's good. He's just knocked down.
Yep.
Then it's going to be against your... well, we'll do against my guy next. He's armor 15. It's damage 7. He's fine, 13. Against this guy, damage 7, your armor is 11, right? So 5s. He's injury roll, casualties, just knocked down. Oh my gosh. Against leatherness, nothing. Oh no, it's 11 exactly, so nothing.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna reroll that. I'm my second last card. And you can roll a casualty roll. He's just injured. And then against the warlord, what's his armor?
13.
13, so I need a 7. That'll do it. 9. Yep. So injury roll.
So that's what I want to ask. When they're injured, do they stay at 1 wound?
They stay at 1 wound. That's right. Yep. You heal 1 box, and he is knocked down. Gwen's done, but we managed to knock down and injure some dudes. With this over here, yeah.
Yeah. I think he was always within 8. Yep. That doesn't really matter this turn. He's just gonna shoot you.
Okay. Gonna try and shoot him.
Yeah.
So you're within 8, but +4 def for being in cover, so 16.
Oh.
Nope. We're gonna go with this Stormblade. He's gonna walk over here. And I guess try and just auto hit him to death. So just make, I'm strength 13. You're fine, you're still knocked down.
Down is gonna forfeit movement to get up.
Yep.
And he's gonna attempt to stab you.
Sounds good.
At 5, 11, nope.
Nope, doesn't hit. Gonna make a recovery roll for him on a 4. Yep, so he's just knocked down. Yep. So he'll forfeit to stand up. And then he'll just stab you. Your defense on the Shepherd is?
13.
13, so I need a 6. No.
Roll on him.
Recovery roll on him, yep. 5 goes to knock down, so you can stand up and stab.
Yep, I will do that.
And you're looking for a... That'll do.
7 plus 5.
9, so you need a 6. Injury roll. +1. 2. So I'm actually out. All right, let's do some injury rolls over here. Don't you quit on me on him. So 4+, he gets knocked down. Yep, so he's just knocked down. He'll forfeit to stands. And then he'll make a... Everybody here's knocked down, so nobody's engaging anybody.
Pretty much.
So I guess, but you're in cover, unfortunately, if you're knocked down. Yeah. So I'm actually going to move.
And stealth, don't forget.
Yeah, well, there's stealth. I'm actually just going to move 5 and walk around to here.
Yep.
Your commander?
Yep.
Don't die. He's dead.
Wait.
Whoa, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
You got the recovery.
Set it to a 6?
Yeah, set it to a 6.
All right, so he's just knocked down.
Yep, forfeit movement, stand up.
Whoop.
And he'll shoot your guy in cover.
Okay, def 16.
Right 8.
Nope.
Nope.
Try to activate him.
Nope.
Recovery roll, 4+. Yep, so he's just going to become knocked down. Forfeit to stand, and he'll advance 5. Going over this way. Going over this way. This. Forfeit to stand, yep.
Yep. And then he's just going to try and shoot your guy.
Shoot him on 5.
Yep.
Hits him. And then you do 6 to damage. Does it. He's just knocked down.
Sounds good to me.
Really just this little guy left. He can't charge, but he can advance. Is he within 6? He is. So he's going to walk over and bop your character. 15, not 7, so you need an 8. Nope. Going to stand up.
Yep. And he's going to try and poke your guy on the ground there.
All right.
So auto hit, so pow 9. 6s.
Hits.
Boom.
Injury roll 3, so I'm injured. This is him, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so he's injured. This guy's going to be the injured guy in the back.
Yep. So
Don't die.
He is base to base with somebody, so.
Dead.
Boom. Doesn't
2.
matter.
Yeah, I killed something. Turn 4, we're almost done. We really need to push these buttons. We refilled our hands. We're getting to the bottom of the command deck here, and right now we are going to roll off. I get +1 once again. Let's see who's going first. I got a 6. Do a 2. I will take priority. Do I want to play a tactic? We're going to gain Reckless Pursuit on my units. Choose a friendly model unit. Chosen models gain Pathfinder. Additionally, when a chosen model charges at part of its normal movement, it gains +2 movement. Card's effect expiring at the end of the turn. Duelist training.
So friendly models in your commander's command range gain +2 defense against melee rolls for the rest of the round.
Nice. All right. Looks like we are getting ready for first activation. I'm thinking that I'm going to take a shake effect. I'm going to shake his knockdown. Shake the knockdown of this Stormblade before I take off all our activation markers. He is in rear arc of this little fella. So he is going to activate and move. And he'll move 5. Just engage both these guys.
Okay.
There's 1 inch melee. And then he's going to melee the Death Stalker in the back. 9, your defense 15.
Yeah, it goes to 17.
Because of Duelist, that's right. So I need to roll a 8. I'm going to reroll. And this to reroll. Still need an 8. 6. Should have boosted it.
Warlord's gonna go.
Yep.
He's going to shake effects.
Okay.
And then so that's gone.
So he's no longer knocked down.
Yep. So this guy isn't engaging him because he's injured.
That's right.
So he's gonna charge Beth.
Okay, go for it.
1 inch. Trying to face.
8.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Def 15.
Def 13. I think that's it.
No,
You will hit me, yep. It's a crit.
Yep. Power strength 11.
Arm 15.
Dice -4.
Injury roll.
Billion.
Yeah! I'm knocked down. Billion damage, and I'm knocked
damage.
down. Dude, that's pretty good, for sure. So, yeah. Let's just activate Beth. She's going to stand up, and she's going to boost an attack into you. 16 right now because of Duelist. So boosting it, I'm at 7, which means I need a 9. Cranks it.
There you go.
Pow of, she has a Stormglaive, which is 13 armor.
Yeah, armor 13, so injury roll.
Injury roll. You're just knocked down?
Yep.
Didn't destroy us, so don't proc quick work. Go with that Nis.
Yeah, what's Beth's melee? Or what's her melee range?
She's got 1 inch melee range, yep.
So,
All the Stormglaives are 1.
he's gonna charge her.
You didn't move at least 3, so it's not a charge.
No, but
Just engage, yep.
yeah, engage, walk engage.
Misses.
Misses.
Right. We are going to go with this little guy, and he's going to bop your little reindeer lady.
Yep.
Mat 7. That's a 12. I can do about that, so I missed. Over to you.
Alright. This guy here is gonna advance, engage.
Try and stab her.
Try and stab her.
Okay.
9
hits.
+ 5 is 14 hits.
Yep. Arm 15.
9.
-6. Nope. Well, I guess we just start stabbing. We're going to activate this fella. He's just going to auto hit you. Pow 13. So injury roll. Now he's injured.
Stalker's gonna go.
Okay.
He's gonna
Pivot. Just so he, okay, you're going to put rear arc to me? Sure. 7 def 12. Hits. Pow.
9.
So you need beat a 6. You do. Injury roll. 2. I'm going to spend this to automatically make it a 6. All right. you're not engaging me, so I'm just going to walk over here and forfeit my combat action to flip this. And if it's a 3, I win the game. 2. No!
What do you got left? You got him left?
I got him left, and this guy for a recovery roll. Stab him?
Yep, stab the guy on the ground.
Okay, you auto hit him. Injury roll.
Boom.
He's still injured. All right, let's see if we can do some more murdering. I really want this guy dead, so we're just going to walk over to him and bop him. We have Pathfinder right now because of our tactic, so we're just going to go 5. Walk over here.
Boom.
Auto hit him, so Path 13.
Yep.
Die! Why don't you die? I don't think he gets better. I think he just doesn't get worse. Rules is written. There's nothing stating that he doesn't become knocked down now. He's already injured, but he made another casualty roll. Oh no, but you're already injured and you're just knocked down on top of it. You're still knocked down. It wouldn't change anything actually. Because you don't recover to knockdown, I don't think, unless you make a recovery roll. This is just a casualty roll. I don't think you can actually be hit and have it improve your condition. We also didn't realize that taking someone to injured actually procs things like quick work and snapfire. So neither of us are taking advantage of that this game, but we will from now on. Yep. And yeah, you're just still injured and I'm activated. So I've got him left. You've got
him left.
And this fella. And this.
Yep.
Can I aim?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Let's actually get a hit in here.
Do it. And you're looking for 9 threes.
6.
Hey, look, you got me. Oh, wait, 6 8s and 4 is 12. That exactly gets me. Yeah. So you need 6s. Get it. And I'm just knocked down. This little guy, does he recover? No, he dies. Bleeds out. Sniss.
Just walk 7 over to
Walk over and stab.
Yeah, he can get into your back arc from there. He's got 7 move.
Sure can, yeah. And
that goes to 7, which is 12.
12, but that'll 14 actually.
Oh, they're on to 14?
Or sorry, 5 and 12. No. Does he hit me?
Yep.
Minus 6.
Boom.
That'll do it. Injury roll. I'm just injured. And that's turn. So top of 5, we've cleared the deck for these. And that's what we got. Let's roll for, you got a 6. I got a 3, so you actually get to go first this turn.
Oh my god.
I know, right? Which means you have to play your tactic first, though.
Yeah.
Rounds?
For the rest of this turn, when a friendly model in your commander's command range disables the enemy model with a range attack, the target suffers -1 to its casualty roll.
Nice. I'm going to go tough. Friendly models gain tough for 1 round, rest of the round in the base, or in command range of Gwen. Activate first. Who's going first?
This guy here, I think.
The Warlord?
Yep.
Okay, does he activate?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to roll and then you're going to set to 6, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's dead, but he's not dead. He's just knocked down.
He's going to forfeit his movement, stand up.
Oh, I think this is the game.
Hit Beth.
Okay.
So, 4s to hit. Hits.
Just.
Weapon Master, POW 11.
Damages. Injury roll. She's fine. She's knocked down.
Yeah.
But you do get whatever procs off being... Oh, no, she's just knocked down, actually. That won't do it. It has to be disabled. She has to be
okay.
Injured. Gwen's going to go. She's going to stand up. She's just going to stab this little fella.
Yep.
I think that's all I can really do.
Got 15.
Everybody's engaging me. Yeah. Yeah, she's going to go for it. So she's going to play Def 15. I need an 8. Get it. Nope, I got a 6. And I'm just going to take it. Here comes the shot. Yep. This is an important one.
She's going to boost a hit.
Yeah. Hits. POW 9.
Yep.
15. No damage. Reroll it.
Yep.
Worse.
Can I reroll it again?
No, we can't reroll. Yeah, we're going to activate him. Because I got to try. Nope, we're going to activate him.
Alright.
He's going to make a recovery roll. Got a guy in base to base. It's a 3, so he's still injured. I'm going to reroll it. I'm actually going to reroll because I'm tough right now. And I get +2 for the front and base to base as well. Bam. So I'm just knocked down. I'm going to... Do I take a free strike?
Do it.
I have to. I have to do it this way.
Yeah, you only take the 1, so...
I have to do it this way. I'm only going to take 1, but I'm going to move 5.
+2
See if you hit me. +2 to hit.
5, 7 plus Matt 5 is
12. Hits me.
Yeah, boosted because free strength.
Yep. Damages me. I think I'm just knocked down again. I'm knocked down again. So I'm knocked down again just outside of melee range, which would be like right there. Yeah. I needed that bad because that's gonna be it for you.
He's gonna poke Beth there.
Okay. 5, 12. Nope, she's 13. Right. All right, this is gonna be for all the models. One of the things Nathan forgot was he can't actually stand on objectives in Warmachine, so he's just back from it slightly. And we're gonna think this is gonna be it. We're gonna see if we can do it. I can't get to this one now. So if this is the objective marker, I'm pretty much hosed because I have no way of going through and only one guy left that could do it because he's activated. Actually, I forgot to activate a marker over there. So we're gonna buy a boost and we're gonna try and stab Miss Shep.
100% believe in you.
I'm gonna try and do it. 7, what's your def?
13.
13. I crank it, so it's an injury roll. See what happens. I just need you to go down. You're down! And then I'm gonna use my once per game mission specialist. And he'll make an interact without having to forfeit his movement or combat action. Flip it and see what it is. Is it 3? Is it 3? Yeah! We did it! And that's game. So even though we were just getting ruckused by the elves, this lone Signarin managed to pull it off by murdering a poor agriculture worker from the NIS. That's right. All right, so it was under the game, managing to find the objective of the 11th hour on turn 5. So my first impressions having played it. Having played it now, things I really, really like. I like being able to pick the models I want to play with and play a game with them. You can just kind of take one of everything. The leaders felt tough. They felt robust. They felt like they were different. Like getting the +1 to go first, man, I always controlled the first move of the turn, and I can kind of plan around that. But at the same time, I was always one activation behind, so I was lucky that he only had 9 models. But that quickly got out of control because I took casualties a lot faster than he did in the beginning. I was down 3 dudes. I think I killed 1 at the end of the game. The injury roll was pretty legit. I can see trolls being really, really hard in this, especially if you're taking steady dudes who are all getting +1 to their rolls. They're just wading through damage.
More terrain, I think they're actually going to get slowed down more, so it might balance out.
It might balance out, you're right. And also the fact, though, that a lot of the infantry have 5 boxes. Yeah. Is going to be, because you're wading through boxes then too. So it's going to be interesting. I think activation control is going to be really key in this, so they will suffer from that probably. You were mentioning
before, like the requisite, I assume trolls would probably maybe have a higher, like...
Yeah, we might see that happen in the future, because we don't know what the requisition values are going to be, so guys with tough, you might have a smaller hand for boosts. And that's my second thing I want to talk about, is that I loved the command hand. It felt sort of like your hand in Malifaux, where you kind of have the ability to guarantee sort of sure things during the turn, and you're gambling on what your opponent's going to try and make his sure thing as well.
It makes it so that any model can be like their mini journeyman, right? They can boost if they need to for the important role. You have a little more control over it.
The shake effects was really nice too, because it meant that because the injury roll, the casualty roll is such a core mechanic of the game, if you do unluckily get knocked down at some point with like your key model for next turn, you do have the ability to like throw it off and get rid of it. And it also makes the commander upgrades that aren't just raw stats actually really attractive. Like, because I was like, the first one I looked at was the unyielding one, and I'm like, oh cool, I can make a big bruiser dude. But now thinking about it, the command hand is so key. It actually makes the turn really interesting. The tactics were really cool too. You're one turn where you're just +2 in melee. I was just like, I couldn't hit anything all of a sudden.
Def 17's hard.
Def 17's pretty hard to hit, exactly. Even when you're mat 7 and walking around behind dudes who are all knocked down. And the game felt like it was to the bitter end. Nobody got the advantage. The casualty roll is, I think, just right for the sweet spot of making the game go the full 5 turns where one side just doesn't get lopsidedly killed. And we even had bad dice on that, because you had really good casualty rolls in the beginning, I had really bad casualty rolls, but it didn't matter because it kind of evened out in the end.
See in the end, right?
Yeah, and then being able to fix a casualty roll too to a 6 means that key model doesn't just get removed necessarily if you save that card in your hand. Yeah, no, the command hand is, I think, a genius way of doing this. Things that I'm not, or I think are opportunities, I'm not saying not excited about, but things that I wish were in here is some type of campaign system. There are 6 scenarios in the box, but there isn't necessarily something to link them together or to encourage you to like play more games with the same army by growing and developing characters. A lot of people expect that in a skirmish game. I think this is a great foundation, and the positive part of that is it won't overwhelm people with a campaign system, because a lot of times when there's a campaign system in the game, people feel like they have to play it that way and they can't play one-off games. So I think there's a ton of value if you're a stoner in this as a way of introducing people to the IK universe, the Iron Kingdoms universe, with a great narrative game. This took about as long as the average Malifaux or Guild Ball game takes. We played it in about 90 minutes. And it was engaging the whole time, because like you're never out of the game. There's nothing. Yeah, everything mattered, and there isn't that moment where like you're just watching your opponent remove models. You know what I mean? Like that happens in Warmachine sometimes, where like you're taking mass casualties, and you can just literally be like, I'm gonna go take a nap. You just tell me what guys.
There was a few moments where I was surprised, where it's like it makes you move, makes you attack, missed back to me. I'm like, oh wait, I can go now.
Well, and things would change, and you'd be responding to what your opponent was doing, which was really great. The game felt super fluid. The next thing that I'd love to see is an expansion for this. Because I think you could do a small box expansion, Hero Quest style, where you buy a little box, and it's just cards. And I think that would be the best way, because the command deck's so great, is if you added a very simple campaign system where you earn perks for your units, perks for your heroes. Like you have your commander upgrade, you could either earn new ones of those or mini versions of those that upgrade your commanders.
Or start upgrading your unit
leaders. Where your unit, or not even your unit leaders. Well, yeah, your unit leaders could get new orders, tactics if they were generic enough. Things like stand your ground is a tactic. You know what I mean? Guys can forfeit their movement action or something like that to roll an additional die and drop the low. So you get signs of importance basically is that. Little things like that. I think the best example of this is things like Path to Glory, where you're not necessarily tracking tons of stuff, but you just put your roster down. So this is my 25-point, Company of Iron. And each game, it's a race to the finish line. So I think the Path of Glory is the best sort of template for these small scale games, where it's a race to X number of something like glory points, but in this one it could be like Iron Weld or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? Like whatever the Iron Kingdoms is after, that is basically glory points. And you can either spend those to not necessarily requisition more troops, but to gain advantages and maybe increase your command hand or whatever it is, so that when you're playing games, there's a logical start, middle, and end. Because what I'd love to do as a hobbyist is be able to go and buy a box of Iron Kingdoms figures that I'm excited about, play some games with them, feel like every game my army is developing a little bit, you know what I mean? And then at the end of it, maybe it's 6 games before somebody triggers the end, we have this satisfying experience where we've played all 6 missions probably, everybody's gotten a little bit better, there's some growth to your warband, and then there's a clear victor, and then we get to scratch over and start again. So I go, whatever the next unit boxes I need to paint for my Warmachine army, I get to go and grab it and buy it and paint it, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So fantastic outing, great first game. I'm gonna go get my Gunmage Captain up and put them together, dig out some Sentinel pieces, because I'm pretty sure I have Sentinel pieces somewhere, and do that too, and start adding more to this little Signar force that I've just started out of the box. So you're gonna see us do there are 5 missions in this going forward. If anybody wants to come, of course, play some Company of Iron, just email me at guerrillaminturegames@gmail.com. We'll set up a game. Big thanks, Nathan, for coming in and helping me demonstrate it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see you for more Let's Plays in the future. Till then, I'm Ash. Have a gaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. My live shows are on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern time, typically, unless I notify otherwise. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else. And most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.